Next we will have the panel with the mothers. It's 4 o'clock, right?
Yes.
All right. The testimonials on police violence. We would like to bring up the parents, the relatives of those who have died out here due to police violence. And we will start with Carlos Ball, brother of Kerry Ball, Jr., killed by police in 2013.
Good afternoon. How everybody doing?
All right.
This has been quite an experience thus far. I just want to say thank y'all for having us here. Excuse me. As they said, my big brother, Kerry Ball Jr., was gunned down by 2 murders. I'm not even gonna call them cops, because them ain't what the police supposed to do. They supposed to protect and serve. I'm just gonna call them killers. He was stalked by 2 killers that was employed by St. Louis City Police Department on April 24, 2013. They got out of the car. After he got out of his car and ran, he tossed his gun to the ground, and he turned around with his hands up, surrendered. And they still continued pursuing him, walking all the way up on him, and put 21 bullets in his body.
Yes.
18 bullets which came to him while he was already laying on the ground.
Yeah.
So close to the point where there was black margins and black abrasions around his gunshot wound, and to the point where you could tell bullets either went through Kerry's body and came out his back and hit the ground, like you said, to the indentions in the ground where you could put quarters in the ground. That's how big the holes in the ground were, so that shows you how close they were. Then they handcuffed him and dragged him by the curb. The next morning, this is not even the same night, he was killed on Wednesday. Thursday morning, I got a call from one of my little sisters, and she told me that she had seen a car on the news that looked like Kerry car. So she called me and asked me that I talked to him. And my mother tell you this, I'm a stickler with license plates. So as soon as I seen the license plates, I already knew it was his car. Once they gave the age of the male, and then it went right off, like right into sports. That's how quick it happened. Like it came on and went right off. We went over to our mother's house. We gathered up a couple of family members. We went down to the police department. They couldn't tell us nothing. We made it there at 8 o'clock. They couldn't tell us nothing about what had happened last night. They asked us to go away and come back in a couple of hours. So we left. We came back at about almost 11 o'clock, right? 10, it was 10 o'clock. We came back at 10 o'clock. They still hadn't came downstairs and told us anything. So my mother got a text from a friend of hers that told her to facility. We called over there. They told us, yeah, we have y'all got a funeral home for him. We just found out he was dead. So then, a week later, like I said, he was an honor roll student. A week later on May 1st, instead of being at his college ceremony where he was an emerging scholar being inducted into the Emerging Scholars Program, he was getting married. And we talking about an honor student, 3.86 grade point average, student advocate. And I'm talking about just 3 weeks before his death, he was in the state capitol, with the legislators, advocating for bills to help people in our community, because that's the biggest thing Kerry was about, was helping our people in the community, period. So once that happened, after the funeral and everything, we took immediate action. With Zacchaeus and everybody, we protested. We did what we had to do, going to legislators in Jefferson City, and still nobody had really heard of what had happened to Kerry. As much work he was doing. I'm talking about just my family and the few supporters that we had. Like I said, Zacchaeus and Brother Akbar and a few people that we had that was helping us organize everything. So once August 9th came, that's what fueled my fire right there to go out there and fight, because this personal for me. I have a brother who was killed by the police. So when I say we gathered, after August 9th, it was a tip of the iceberg. We was done. We was done with it. We was done. So came August 10th when everything went crazy and everything got to burning and getting broke into. That was just a small a very small percentage of what we could have done for being so mad and angry from these people killing our people. So they will probably want to thank us for not really turning that city all the way down and not turning St. Louis City all the way down. And that's another thing. What we do when we fight for everybody. Certain people, I mean, that's what fueled my fire to go out there. Like he said, like Michael said, I fight for my brother, I fight for Mike, I fight for Bondurd, I fight for Alice's son, I fight for James, I fight for Tamir. We went up to Cleveland and to Washington, we fight for everybody everywhere we go. And I'm gonna just say this on behalf of the young people here in St. Louis City and in St. Louis County with Ferguson. We are in Ferguson and all the other counties surrounding St. Louis City, because I want a lot of people to know too, it was a lot of St. Louis City residents who helped turn that shit up in Ferguson. We did that shit too. It wasn't just people living in Ferguson. We did that. We turned that up. And when I say, like, there's nothing they can do short of killing me to stop me from doing what I'm doing. Like at the current point, I'm not working. This is what I do. I fight for my people. I fight for my people. This is any way I can. Not just against police brutality, but economically, any way possible that we have to do to fight. And I'm gonna just say this again. We done been out there, Mike, Ayana, everybody, his brother, all they can tell us how many times we've been hit with batons, tear gas, hit, beat, spray, chase, everything. And we still, you have to just keep on giving it to me. I mean, you can see me, I can take a couple licks and keep on coming. So it ain't nothing for me to take something on behalf of my people, when I'm built for it. This is in my blood, I'm built for this already. So there's nothing they can do short of killing us, to keep us from going out there. And so, lately when Miss Serita's son passed, I immediately went out there on Shaw. It's just our duty. And certain people, like you said, it's a spirit. It's just in my spirit to do it. I can't stop fighting for justice. I can't stop fighting for the liberation of my people. I'll be doing a disservice. I won't be doing what God called me to do. So what I'm saying is, we're going to continue to keep fighting any way possible. It means filling up the streets, filling up the courthouse, going to the state capitol, coming to conferences, getting information, doing this, unifying our people. That's one thing I want to stress is unity. When this first happened, that was one of the things my mother stressed the most. Unity between the city and the county, because it seemed like so many wanted to divide. Like, this happening in the city. No, this happening in the damn world. I mean, this is happening in the world. This is happening in the world. This ain't just out in Ferguson or here or in Oakland. This is happening everywhere. St. Louis City, downtown, south side, north side, west side, Ferguson, Berkeley, all of them. St. Anne, it's happening everywhere. And so we're going to keep on fighting out there because we need some stuff to change, man. And I'm going to just say this. We are going to have to do whatever we have to do. If that's the black control of the community, the police, we're going to have to do that. That's one of the biggest things we're going to have to do. Because just speaking on behalf of the youth on some real shit, we fresh the fuck out of peace. We getting ready to go there. It's getting ready to go there. I know that ain't what we got to do. We getting ready to run up in the damn police station and start taking some of their asses with us. Or we going to go out to Baldwin and start throwing up some of that stuff out there. Pre-pour and Ladue, hitting some of their kids. Because I'm done. I ain't taking no more L's from my people. We done. We done. I just want to leave y'all saying that I love y'all and that we going to keep on, we can just stay unified. Just stay unified. Stay unified. I mean, everybody got positions. Everybody got one person that got to do everything. You got group. Like I said, it's certain people that do certain things good. We fill up the streets well. We take wisdom from our elders, and that's one of the things they don't think youth like to listen, but we do like to listen. We just got to be listening to the right person. I don't want to listen to no old fool. You know what I'm saying? I want to listen to somebody that got some wisdom. I want to listen to somebody that got some wisdom. You can't tell me nothing to do nothing wrong and expect me to go out and do it. So when somebody with some wisdom, that's my elder, tells me something, I take heed to it, I listen, I apply it to my life. Just like if I hear from somebody younger than me, I take heed to it and apply it to my life. So as long as we stay unified, as long as we just keep on applying the pressure, we're going to get justice for our people. And maybe we won't see the fruit of our labor, our own individual labor, but we will see it in our people. Maybe not today, not tomorrow, not next year, but the next generation, they won't have to go through this. And I'll be damned if my son and my nephew will have to go through half of the stuff we had to go through. So when I say I'm my brother's people, that's just bigger than me saying for my brother. I'm all my brothers and sisters' people. I'm y'all people. If you need me to go fill up the street, I'm going to go get my young people, we going to fill up the street. If we need y'all lawyers to go in the courtroom, we going to get make it to where y'all make it, then we gonna do that. Because that's what we do. So I want to close telling y'all I love y'all and thank y'all for listening to my story.
I have a quick question. I have a quick question.
Okay.
I just would like to know which one is his brother?
That was Carrie Ball.
Where's Carrie Ball?
Oh, Carrie Ball right here. In the suit, yes.
Yes.
That's can you identify the people up there? Can we identify the people up on there? Mike Brown. Who's next to Mike Brown?
Mike Brown, Kajini Powell.
Jimmy Powell.
That's a young Catherine Johnson. Carrie Ball. Vonda Myers. Michael Willis. Tamir Rice. I'm stuck. What's his name? I can't remember this. Walter Scott? Okay. Oh, I didn't know we got a picture. Okay. Walter Scott, and then there's Ernest Satterwhite. Yeah, and as you can see, it doesn't matter whether young or old, male or female, they are killing us. And I made a mistake earlier saying I got a dog in this fight. I got 3. Myself and my 2 kids. I have a daughter too, and they will not hesitate to mow my daughter down like they do me. So, I just wanted you, I want y'all to understand that we have to be very coherent of the fact that, this is not, our struggle is not a divided struggle. No. Not at all. Not with regard to our people. They seek to oppress us across the board, and that's just what it is. Now, I would like to actually have the mother of Vonda Myers come up and give her testimony about her son. Her name is Syreeta Myers, and she is the mother of Vonda Myers Jr. here. And he's an 18-year-old student that was killed by the police.
Hoodoo. Sister Serita is going to come up, but what I would hope that we would remember, one of the things that's been mentioned here is that almost everybody knows the name of Mike Brown. Right. And these are families that's been sort of struggling under the radar. Right. Without any kind of attention. Right. So it's really important that we recognize the folk and the victims that we're talking about, because the struggle continues, and we need to be able to put people in the streets or wherever they need to be in order to advance this struggle. So, Sister Serita, Brother Carlos just spoke, and this brother, Carrie Ball, I mean, the viciousness with which they executed this brother. Where there are actually indentations in the asphalt under him, where rounds went through his body once he's down. It reminds me of, who was the brother in New York, Amadou Diallo, shot on the bottom of his feet and what have you, the similar kind of thing. So we should remember these cases because the struggle continues and they're active right now, and we have an opportunity and a responsibility to respond to them. Sister Serita. I caught one of the worst colds I ever had on Shaw Street. I was over on Shaw, had a demonstration at midnight around Vonda's case. Yes, they won't play. They don't play at all. And the thing I appreciated about it is while you have these other people who was doing what the brother Abdul was saying about getting on television and saying everything is all right, not here. No, not here. Not here. They weren't saying be peaceful and nonviolent. They said do what you gotta do. That's
My name is Syreeta Myers, and it is a pleasure to be here. Not under the circumstances, but just to share my story. You know, they think they're gonna shut me up, but I got another thing coming. I ain't shutting up about mine. You ain't gonna gun mine down and tell me it's all right. You ain't gonna put a story on the news and expect me to believe it and be at peace with you killing my son. My son, Myers, was mine and his father's only child. He was 18 years old. He went to the store that he goes to every day to buy a sandwich. I called him at 7:05. His grandmother said, he just went down them steps to get him something to eat. You want me to catch him? I said, no, have him to call me when he come back. 7:30, I get the call that my son was shot. At that time, they said he was shot 17 times. We get to the scene, we didn't even know it was a cop that shot. We get to the scene, they tell us we couldn't get over there. I said, no, you're not gonna tell me I can't go over there. And they telling me that's my son laying down in the street. So all of the people was hollering, he didn't have a gun, he didn't have a gun, he didn't have a gun, he didn't do nothing. So this cop, off-duty cop, Jason Flannery, who was hired to protect another area about 7 blocks over from where my son was. My son left out the store. They want people to believe they chased him for 45 minutes. But if you see where my son was killed, he didn't get very far if they chased him 45 minutes. Anyway, my son was running. The cop, Jason Flannery, shot him 7 times from the back. One of the bullets hit his femur, which is the largest bone in your thigh. So he was already down, begging and pleading for his life. Then Jason Flannery, he reloaded the gun, ran up to the hill, and shot my girl in the head, and that's what killed him.
God.
And you think I'm gonna shut up? You think you're gonna put a pacifier in my mouth? No, that was mine. Not only it was that mine, when I was coming up, I was everybody's child. My mother gave birth to me, but the whole community looked out for me. So that means if my neighbor saw me, if I was disrespectful, my neighbor whooped me, and when I got home, I got another whooping. We need to bring that back. That's what we need to do. It needs to be all our kids, not just one kid, all our kids. You know, people make it big like, you know, it's just about Mike Brown, but this is bigger than Mike Brown. It happened before Mike Brown, and it's happened after Mike Brown. I can't speak for Mike Brown parents, but I'm speaking for mine, and I'm gonna stand up for mine. You can take my life, but you took my life when you took my son October 18th. You will not shut me up. Rain, sleet, hail, or snow, I'm out here for mine. And other ones too, because it's not gonna stop. So I'm not gonna sit on the couch and turn, every time you turn on the news, it's the same story, different family. It's steady happening. You want me to believe my son was in a gun battle with a police? I don't know who was in what kind of gun battle he was in, but all his shots was from the back. What kind of gun battle is that? Then we see the same thing in South Carolina where this man was shot from the back. What kind of gun battle is that? The police is, you are not God. You don't have the right to take our kids' life. And then you want us to shut up. You don't want us to march. You don't want us to talk. But guess what? I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna march. I'm gonna stomp. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. Because you took my girl's life, but you left my girl's mother's here. And my girl's mother is my girl's Myers' voice. He will be heard. He will be known across the country. The world will know what happened to my child. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Every family, I don't know family deserve to go through this. No family. Even when they locked that coward, that bastard up, I'm still gonna hurt. I can't kiss my son no more. I can't talk to him no more. I gotta go to a tree and talk to him. Why? Still don't even know why my son was even approached by the cop. They still haven't told us that what crime did he commit for you to shoot him 7 times? What happened to locking them up if they commit a crime? But our kids don't get the option to get locked up because you'll immediately take their lives. So until I die, I am Vonda Myers Jr.
Touch one. Touch one. Touch one. Touch one. Uhuru. 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 That's That's right, freedom, y'all.
Chairman Ham.
Next up, we will have Alice Willis, Testimonial. Her son was not a student. He was not one of the younger members of the community. He was a protester, though. He was standing for and with the people in Ferguson and in St. Louis regarding these issues that we were dealing with the occupation of the police in our communities and whatnot. And he was out there on the line for the Mike Brown situation. And he was killed by police in September, which to me is also indicative of the disregard of the police, that this thing is going on and they have absolutely no sensitivity toward the social climate that we're dealing with. They're doing what they want to do in our communities, the way they want to do it. And they don't expect us to fight back. They don't expect us to fight back. They keep showing up and we keep on showing right back up with them. So, Alice, if you will come on up and give your testimony about your son, Michael.
See, this is my son right here. That's Michael Willis. Michael who buried God named Willis, who buried God meaning blessed one. I lost my daughter first, June 23rd. June 23rd of 2014. I lost my daughter, my oldest daughter, to ovarian cancer. And he was distraught. See, this picture was taken about 6 days before he got killed. He got locked up, him and his son, for protesting out in Ferguson. Now there is also a picture on McLaurin and Riverview where he was over there protesting when Kachina Powell was killed. He was over there with his dog. You see Mike right in the middle with his dog. But see, the only thing is, they thought they were going to put me on the backside, take it and sweep it under the rug. But see, the thing about it is, that was my son. My son wanted to talk. He wanted a mic. He wanted a mic. He wasn't fearless and everything. Me and him was going out in Ferguson. He would pick me up from church and we would go out there in Ferguson. And his son had a dog and everything, and they keep getting locked up. See, my son had been in the penitentiary. He was in the penitentiary. And he spent 15 years there. So his son was 2 years old when he got locked up. So here I am taking these boys to go see their dad so they can know who their dad is. But Michael is angry, his son, because he only got 5 years with his dad from outside of being in the penitentiary. He's going to come forward, but it's going to take him some time. He's 23 years old. But I just thank God for the protesters that somehow managed on North Point, near Goodville and West Florissant, and knocked on my door. Because I was sitting in the house. I know I got to do something, Lord. What do I do? Reginald Rounds and a lady named Audrey knocking on my door. And then Julie, the Asian woman, came and picked me up. That's how I met Syreeta Myers. That's how I met Syreeta Myers. And then I was hearing about Tony Bowles' son on Freeman Bowles, listening to it and everything. But see, the thing about me, see, I was believe in Jesus Christ. But like you said, I never thought of him as Jesus as being a revolutionary. But he is, because I am one of the Joshua generation. Because Joshua was a warrior. When they began to lose the battle, Moses and Aaron, they went and put rocks up under his arms so they could stay up. And as long as his arms was up, they was winning the battle. They was winning the battle. He was distraught on here. He was angry. He was distraught over the death of his sister. And just a whole lot of things. But when Mike Brown got killed, it did something to him. It did something. Mom, you hear what they did with that young boy? I hadn't even heard it yet. And where he at? Out there in Ferguson. Because from 1975 to 1982, we lived in Ferguson. We lived in Ferguson. So he felt a part of it. But one thing that I do know is that I'm a very small stature, but I carry a big stick. I carry a big stick. I ain't had no candlelight dinners, no prayer services, and everything. Ain't nobody really know who I am but the ones that I've already met. But out in the Windfall Trace Apartments in Jennings, there will be a prayer service out there, candlelight service, or whatever God give me to do. Because I'm the voice. I'm the voice of Michael Willis. I'm the voice of Michael Willis. And I'm just thankful for everything that I've heard here and stuff, everything that I've heard. Because when I first started hearing this stuff, I didn't even know what y'all was talking about. But all I knew was that I was supposed to be here. Because I felt that we were all chosen for this next generation, for the ones that are out here protesting, for the younger ones that come up, because I got 8 grandchildren, and Deshaun is 13 years old. And when he was in the 3rd grade, he came home and told us that the teacher said that in the 3rd grade, because of the way that the kids were behaving in their grades, that they were building prisons. This is the 3rd grader. He's 13 now. I'll never forget that. They're building prisons for those that started, but they looking at how they act. Looking at how they act. But one thing, like I say, they might not have known nothing about Michael Willis or Michael Willis' mama, but they will know. And the lies that was told, all the lies, he got ambushed. He was ambushed. My son would not go without carrying a weapon because his son got shot 4 times February 4, 2012. Walking down Goodfellow to the circle. He became so stuck to Michael, he wouldn't let Michael go nowhere without him. But it just so happened that Michael was with me in Texas doing an ovarian cancer walk with my oldest daughter that died less than 3 months. Had he not been with me, he'd have been with his dad. He'd have been with his dad. But my son was distraught over Michael Brown. He really was. And we was out there. And I'm glad that I can stand here and say that I didn't have to wait until it happened to my son before I started doing anything. Because I don't know if anybody know about the street preaching. The Minister Cecil Rogers. Minister Cecil Rogers. He was out there. We went out there together. We was out there in person. But I'm here to just serve notice. On this day, on this 18th, the 8th of April 2015, that we have the victory. We didn't have, Bible said we need to fight this battle. This battle already been won. But all we have to do is take our places. Because it says, faith without works is dead. We got to be the doers of the word and not hearers only. So that we won't be deceiving ourselves. See, this is on the inside of me. This is on the inside, and I don't want to be nobody, but he See, I have to give God the honor and all the glory because I could have lost my mind. Could have lost my mind. Down in Texas, hearing my grandson screaming, we just buried Tracy, and now Movie's dead. That was just, we thought we were just in a nightmare. But this fight is on.
It's on.
This fight is on. It's on.
It's on. Oh, right. It's on.
It's on.
What Chairman Hannah say, turn up. And I still can't believe you said we fresh to